Hey guys, welcome to this video. Now, this is gonna be a couple day long video, and just because I've gotten really excited for something, and that is, these are old paintings that I found. Please excuse how shitty they are. Like this one, this one had moments. But then there was this one. This one was actually an assignment for an art class, and it is so bad. This painting right here is, let's see, about 6 or 7 years old. So that's like 6 or 7 year old artwork, and that one's roughly around the same time. So the only difference is I didn't build that frame or drape the canvas over. I did do that for this one because that was a part of the assignment. So over the next few days, I'm going to go over it with some gesso paint primer. I'm going to obviously sand these down, especially with the smaller painting because that one has a lot of layers of acrylic built onto it, so that it needs to be sanded down. And then I'm going to go over it with primer, and then maybe we'll see, and then I'll post that video, and then, you know what? We'll see what I ultimately decide on painting on these, because I'm also going to be getting brand new paints. But yeah, I want to start new with these canvases, and maybe someday hang them up in this very bare, empty walled house, because I don't hang anything up. But maybe for my next house. Maybe for the next place I decide to live in. So, yeah. And I will see you all tomorrow, actually, because that's when I'm going to get it. But it's going to be after work. So, it's going to be dark out by the time I get back. So, see you then. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this video of continuing what I did in my last one, except now it's being recorded on my camera. Just a little update for you guys. I moved all of my stuff back down here. Unfortunately, this video is not going to be recorded with a mic. So, you gotta deal with my stupid camera audio. Anyways, so today, well, now I got in some sandpaper. I want that one. I got myself some sandpaper, and I have white textured premium gesso from Montmartre. Montmartre? Yeah. So this is how I restore, well, it's not really restoring. This is how I wipe a canvas clean. This is how I can, start over with this canvas, because this canvas looks like shit, and it deserves to die. So I'm gonna pan down to that, and then we will get started. Do that. And so what you're gonna do is you're gonna take some sandpaper. So all you wanna do is just sand this down so it's all level, because I have a lot of layers here, especially with right here. Right here, there's not as many, but there are some. But I just want to sand it down so it's even. So we're gonna do that right now. I don't feel any lumps now. That's essentially what you want to do. You just want this to be smooth enough where you don't feel any of the lumps from the paint, from all the layers of paint, because as you can see, I have taken away a lot of a lot of these well, were supposed to be lightning, but I'm trash. Well, I was trash with, I'm still trash. Actually, I'm trash with acrylics, and that's what's on here is acrylics. And I just suck at them, and that's why I'm going to be using oil paints on this painting now. But yeah, so you essentially just want a smooth surface because you're going to be covering this with gesso, which is a paint primer, and it will get rid of all of this. And if not, well, I have a plan for this where background is going to be pretty dark, like this dark. But yeah, so let's get the rest of it done. But yeah, so now you want to just dust this off. Dust it off onto my carpet. So yes, now I have a painting that has been sanded down to one smooth texture and just one smooth surface to put the gesso onto. And you want to layer the gesso pretty thick, especially for me right here, is you want to layer the gesso on pretty thick. Now this is not the best technique to do this. In fact, it's probably one of the worst, but I'm just going to squirt it on and then spread it. Now, any art majors on here, don't come after me for this. I just don't have anything to put the gesso in right now. And so yeah, you see how it's covering pretty well. And that's essentially, it's just a paint primer. I'm going to need to go in with a second layer to cover everything, but this will do for now. I also kind of want to make it so it goes in the same direction because your brush strokes will be seen. I did not use enough. That's my fault. I'm going to need to clean this table afterwards. But yeah, you want a nice thick layer so you can cover everything. And yeah, and this is all you do to really kind of reuse canvases that you have used in the past, but you don't like what's on them. And that's exactly the case of why I'm doing this today. Now, tomorrow I was supposed to have a day off. Tomorrow I was supposed to have a day off so I could work on this, because I do have an idea for what I want to do, but because work asked me to come in, because I'm desperate for money, I said yes, because why wouldn't I? I'm just going to move the table a bit. Now, it's not perfect, and it doesn't need to be, but you want really good coverage, and this really doesn't need to be absolutely perfect. It's just recommended to be covered, and yeah. So I am going to let this, after I get this last bit covered, I am going to let this dry, and then I'll let it dry and then do a second coat to make this all white, hopefully. Hopefully it'll turn all white by the time when I do a second coat, because this is pretty good coverage. This is the only way you will be able to really reuse a canvas, because, well, gesso's just your best friend. Also, this is not advised. What I just did is, don't do this. Don't. This isn't a tutorial video. This is just me showing you something that I want to just like show, and you know, just something different. Actually, this is just something different from my usual content. So yeah, it's always nice to show just a few things different, because usually I'm just gushing about books or talking about books, and I just wanted to showcase this. This is my artistic side. Granted, I don't do a lot of traditional art like this, so yeah. So now I just need to let this dry, and I will be back with you when it does. Alright guys, we're back, and this time it's the dawn of a new day, quite literally, because it is the next day. As you can tell here, it's not the most even coverage, but you know what? There's a reason we never go with the first coat. So yes, we're gonna go in with our second coat now, and this coat should, in theory, be the last one I need, but you know what, you never know. Because I had some pretty dark colors on here, so really it's especially on this side, but I'm gonna try and make it as white as it was when I first made this canvas and primed it. But you know, you never know. You never know what'll happen. I'm not going to be doing the other canvas today. I'm going to do that on a later date. And that's because I'm actually going to be using this canvas once all of this gesso dries. So I want to be able to. So I'm just going to hold off on that one. And like that other one was just a free painting. Well, what it was I was not doing it for an assignment. I was just playing around, and it turned out to be a travesty, so yeah. I also probably don't have enough gesso for it, because this canvas is very large. Because for the assignment that I had to do for my art class with this painting, they were like, okay, I need you're gonna build your own painting and it needs to be this size, you know? So yeah, because this is such a large painting, there's actually a wood, so there's the wooden frame and then there's a wooden board in the middle to kind of try and balance out the fact that, hey, yeah, so you are using such a large canvas that normally it would dip in the middle, like it dips in here. It does. It dips So it dips in the middle of these ones because there's a board here, but yeah, but to prevent that from happening directly in the middle and for it dipping too much, I had to put a board in the middle. And yes, so also I am not a great painter. I'm just gonna preface this: when you see future videos of me actually working on this, I'm not a great painter. However, I do paint best with oil paints. Learned that in my class. Alright, so this is our second coat. I may end up having to do a third just because the colors were so dark, but you know what, it's fine. You will see the completely finished product, I promise you that, of what this looks like afterwards. I'm just going to put a little more because it's still really dark over here, and there are just some missed spots over this way. But yeah, so gesso is a fun thing to do because it can make it so you have a fresh and new painting. And I'm going to do something similar to what this painting was, which was a sort of before and after. And I'm actually going to start putting some gesso on the side here. Though with this giant brush is probably not a good idea. Because I do need this to be at least a little lighter. I'm not going to do like the full 2 coats on the edges because I will be using paint on the edges. But because of the paint I'm going to be using the colors I'm going to be using, I do want the edges to be at least lightened so that nothing mixes, nothing ends up being a total travesty, and all of that fun stuff. So I'm just essentially, I'm just wiping off the remaining gesso that's on my paintbrush and putting that on the side. Because, I don't need a lot on the sides because it is going to be covered with other colors, but I do want it to be mostly white. If there's a little variation, it's fine. But you know what? This is how things go. We're gonna wait for this to dry. I'm going to go to work and wait for it to dry. When I come back, it'll be dry. And hopefully, yeah, it should be dry. I'm going in for a very short shift, which is why I'm saying hopefully, but yeah. So I'm just gonna do one last swipe from side to side so that I'm trying not to get paint on my shirt because I did that last night. Okay, well, gesso on my shirt because I did that last night, and that's not going to end well for me. As I do this to the sides.
Now, I probably will be putting another coat over. If not, then this is the last of what you're going to see. But, yeah, this is honestly something that's nice, fun to do. This is fun. I know I sound like I'm trying to convince myself it's fun, but I do find this fun, to just try and just wipe the canvas clean. Wipe the canvas clean and make it so I no longer make the canvas so it's just like, it's brand new. I got paint all over my hands. Well, one hand specifically. And not my painting hand. Okay, ugh. And on my arm now, too. You know what? This is why you know what? I probably shouldn't have done this just before work, because I'm trying to rush this. Because I have to leave in 20 minutes. And I'm just trying to get the edges done so that that can dry as well while I'm at work. And the funny thing about me is I get paint all over myself, and I might get paint on, like, table, which I clearly have right there. I don't know if it's in frame. But I will be cleaning that up right away. However, I don't get paint on the floor, surprisingly. Which is weird, because you would think that I'd be getting paint everywhere. On the floor, and just like everywhere. No, I've never gotten paint on the floors. Not in any of my art classes, not in any way like that. However, I'm just gonna put a bit here. And I can dip my brush in this. And then whatever's left, I can just spread over the canvas. But yeah, so this is just a nice, fun process, and this, again, in no way, shape, or form is this a tutorial on how to do this, but this is how I'm doing it, and if you don't like it, if you have problems with how I'm doing it, you know what, I don't care. And I'm not saying that to be rude. I'm just saying that because I know there's a lot of people that are going to be like, oh, this isn't how you're supposed to do it. Also, you should have an easel. I don't have one because I'm poor. I got no money. Even though I just spent money on gesso, and I have some oil paints that I got for like $25. But like, an easel, for someone who doesn't paint that much, it's such a huge cost for me. And so I'm like, do I really need one? Do I will be getting an easel regardless. I'm just waiting on a few things. However, well, this is all this is. I'm going to finish up the sides, leave for work, and then we'll turn the camera back on when I come back, because I'm actually almost on the side here. The last side. Please don't get anything on my shirt. On one of my few work shirts. But yeah, there we go. I just finished the last side. Honestly, this will probably end up drying a little uneven again. And it's not that it's going to be severely impacted, because it doesn't really matter if it's like it's completely white. I'm doing like a pretty dark background on one side and a very orange, red, yellow, brown sort of situation on the other. Because what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to make, so like I said, I was going to do something similar to what I did for this one. Except this one was based off of when I was first creating the concept for my first book here. Now, as you should know, for my second writing vlog, I have made my next world. Now, in that world, there is a sun kingdom, a moon kingdom, there's powers relating to each. And so I am going to be doing my own little concept painting here, and it's going to be slightly better because I'm using oil paints, which is very similar to how I paint in Photoshop. So I'm going to be doing even splitting where the colors will blend into each other. Like, that was the original plan for this, but because acrylics don't blend very well, it failed. And I was really bad at drawing people. I'm still bad, but I'm better. So I'm going to be doing that, and it's going to be like up until like, it's going to be shot from their head to their waist, and then you're going to see the background. But because how oil paints work, you work from the background up, and that's what I'm going to be doing. So on this side, I might have to end up doing the moon, even though I was going to do the moon on this side. But, yeah, so I'm going to be having that. The only thing is, I just need, like, as much good spots. I need as much negative white space. I just need a mostly white canvas. It doesn't need to be perfect. When you're priming your canvas, it doesn't really need to be perfect. It just needs to be light enough where you won't be able to see the painting that was underneath. And like, you really can't see the painting that was underneath here. You can see like colors, but you can't fully see what it was. Okay. I can see where the outline of the dress is here, but that's all. I might have to go over that certain section a bit more. But yeah, this is how I've primed my canvas. If I do another one, you'll see it. If I don't, this is what it is. I'll show you a picture of the final product at the end of the video. But in case I don't see you again, actually no, I will see you again, because I'm not going to do a picture. I'm gonna show you here, when I get home. I'll see you in a second for you, like 5 hours for me, because of travel time. Alrighty, I just got back from work and it's dry now, and so it's looking good. I think one last layer is what I want to do, so I'll be using the rest of this gesso here. But yeah, so one last layer, and then this will be good, and
you can, and that'll basically be the end of this video, because this is going to be a project that I'm going to update you guys on as it goes along. I'm just going to be updating you guys slowly. I'll update you guys when it needs to be updated. This is just going to be a project that's going to take a long time, and I want to just like enjoy it, and you know what? Show you guys my process. So whenever I'm going to be painting, I will be filming, and you guys will get to see that as this comes to fruition. And it's just a nice little new content sort of thing for me to do that's different from my usual content. Now, of course, I'm out of gesso on this last layer, but yeah, so this is a project that I will be working on, and I will try and make sure you guys get to see what it turns out to be. And yeah, so that's really all that I wanted to say. This is honestly a project that I'm really loving. Like, I haven't had a chance to do like traditional artwork with painting or anything of the like in a long time, and most of it's because I've never been okay mentally to get back into it. Even my digital art I haven't done in a long time, and so I just wanted to get the ball rolling, because if I don't ever do it, if I don't try, I will never get through to it. So yeah, this is what it's going to be, and yeah, so let's get you back into looking at my face. Alright, so yes, oh my god, there's just one. Okay. So yeah, that's really just the gist of things that I'm gonna do, and yeah, this is the second video of this week. I'm not gonna do an update, like another update, like really soon, because it's gonna take time. But you guys will see this painting develop as it goes on, because this is how I'm making it. So I have the motivation to do it is record it, upload it, and it'll be something nice. But yeah, I just wanted to get this done and started and be ready to start it with you guys. Now, just a forewarning, I am not a great painter. I'm used to digital stuff, and I'm gonna lean more into oil paints because that's closer to what I'm used to in the digital world. So yeah, that's how we're gonna do that. And yeah, but cool. God, you guys will get to see it constantly. I'll update maybe like once a month, maybe. We'll see. And you guys will get to see the painting like develop and grow and get to what I want it to look like. But as of right now, I gotta work on the sketch to kind of like get the gist for it. And maybe I'll record myself doing a sketch. Let me know if you want to see that in the comments below. If not, I'll do the sketch myself. And yeah, if you enjoyed this video, give it a like. If you want to see more content from me, especially future content on this, subscribe, ring that bell, ring that notification bell if you want to see more videos from me, because yeah, you won't know that this is going to happen until it's uploaded. Because I don't give warning, apparently. Yeah, if you want to support me, go buy my book. Links are just in the description, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye-bye!